Hello there, welcome to another talk. Excuse me, and this talk is called Talk on Ascension, Monatomic Gold, and Mindfulness Meditation. Now, monatomic gold, just to start off, that is something that I've got into recently. I take it around the evening time. I haven't taken any yet. And to cut a long story short, it's basically you're consuming atoms. It turns to atoms, and it is that. And it heals the cells, and it's good for lucid dreaming, meditation. So I like to take it around the evening time. Sometime before I do my talks, not tonight. I haven't took it yet because it's still quite early. But yeah, that's something new I've gotten into. And at the start of this talk, there's a picture on with all the different vitamins. I mean, it's got so many different nutritious benefits, as well as the spiritual benefits, and as well as sleep as well, relaxation. So it's a great thing, and it's made from natural elements, but it's science, and they've done tests on it, and it's completely safe, though everyone's body reacts differently to things. This is how, I don't know how they can have a vaccine in this short space of time, because these things take years. But I'm not allowed to talk about that. But moving on from that, yeah, that's a good thing to take. I take all different types of sedatives. I take passion flower. I like 5-HTP. I like 5-HTP. I take ashwagandha, which is an adaptogen. What else? The monatomic gold. And these things, what these things do is sedatives are basically meditation simulators anyway. So when you take them, in your everyday life, and you're doing meditation, I do all different types of meditation, they actually deepen the meditation. And I recommend you take herbal sedatives. Try and go as organic and green as you can. But yeah, also I like hemp oil. That's another one I take as well sometimes. And as I say, I like sedatives. I think sedatives, as long as it's like not going to damage your physical body, if it's like a herbal thing, organic herbal thing, that it's very good. It just helps you. I don't normally take any sedative type things until normally late afternoon, early evening. And I always do mindfulness meditation. That's the meditation I do most of all. My journey began at the age of 24, and I'm 34 this year, so just under 10 years, and I had an unexpected spiritual awakening. And that's what kicked off this experience. And that happened because one day I sat down and had enough. But it's like I was saying to my mum earlier tonight, and it's like I'm always saying, and what I'm going, the breakdown, I saw a psychiatrist saying this recently on YouTube, that the breakdown is the breakthrough. And that's what happened to me at the age of 24. I sat down one day and had enough. And it was such a powerful moment of authenticity that it manifested this awakening. I didn't know what it was. It took me years to figure out what it was. And so I wouldn't even be taking any supplements, vitamins, or any. I know myself. I know what I was like. I would still be on that same depressive, druggy, miserable path as I was before my spiritual awakening. But like I say, the awakening happened because it was like a breakdown, and that was my breakthrough. You see? And for a lot of people, not everyone, for David Icke, and there's some people that don't get depressed and have a spiritual awakening. But for me, that's what happened to me. And then I started to go through this transformation. I didn't hear voices, but it was like my own thoughts, but that were coming from a higher power. That higher power I call Oversoul. The Oversoul is the middleman between you and Source. Some people call that God or Heaven. And that's what's happening. And you access this through it's called heart-based living. I didn't know that when I had that moment of authenticity, but years later, as I say, I found out about heart-based living. And that is a science thing as well, where they have proved scientifically that you can heal yourself and other people and the planet through changing your thoughts and feelings, through being in your heart, by going with your intuition, going with what you know to be right, and that's it. And that's all that happened to me. The same thing, a similar thing happened to Eckhart Tolle. He had enough, and at the age of 28, and he had a spiritual awakening. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to pass this message on. I've got my own website, and because ultimately the people that have had the spiritual awakenings, it's our job to not awaken others, but share the message that can awaken others, because no one can awaken you for you. You've got to do that for yourself. You see, it's not about a separate savior, it's about you saving yourself. But and like I was saying about mindfulness meditation, that is probably the meditation that I do most of all. I do other types of meditations. I do like meditations where I sit with a crystal and meditate on the energy of the crystal. I do meditation, Chinese medicine ball meditations, think of nothing meditation, all different types of meditations. There's other meditations as well that I can't even think of at the top of my head, but all different types. And as soon as I wake up in the morning, I do a little meditation, mindfulness. But that's mindfulness meditation is the one that I do most of all. So really, and that basically started from the unexpected spiritual awakening. I didn't know what was going on. My mum's a psychic and medium, but she didn't know what a spiritual awakening was. No one did in the family. This was a completely different level to anything the family had known before. And it is quite new. It's people have been having these awakenings forever, but the bigger, a lot of people have been having these awakenings since 2012. I think that was the year for me, around about that time. And the energy changed in the planet, and certain people started to feel it. And like I say, how you get your own spiritual awakening is it's that moment when you have enough. When you have enough of the pain that you're going through, you will just be authentic in your heart, and then the awakening will come. It's like God gives you it's like Gaia, which is God, gives you this choice of you do what you want, but you're going to come back to me eventually. And that's what Gaia does. God is a motherly power, a feminine motherly power. That is the source of all life, which you can call Gaia. And that's what it's like. And we are all basically the children inside the belly of this mother. And the more ascended we become, the more awakened the men become, then the more enhanced the feminine side becomes. So it's about the two sides peaking, and that helps the planet. And that's the ascension process that we're all actually going through. But yeah, like I say, it all starts by going within yourself. Once you have that moment of having enough, once you have your breakdown, that's when you have your breakthrough. You see? And all is within you. And I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates and talks and news, research, I also sing and write songs as well. You can visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you.